We'll start with the first threshold called the trust threshold, according to a university study. They say that in the West, and North America especially, I would add Europe also, that when you go to someone in the street, or your neighbor, or your colleague at work, and you start talking about your faith, the default mode or the default attitude or posture of that person listening to you is that of a distrust. Why are you sharing your faith with me? Why are you talking about your personal religious conviction with me? Surely this is not the place to talk about that. For many people in the West, one shouldn't talk about your religious persuasion at work. You shouldn't actually talk about that even on the street. Those are intimate issues, and it's quite shocking actually to talk about that with somebody who you don't know, a stranger. And so often unless we know the people very well, the first time we talk to someone about our faith, it will be a matter of distrust. Now, I've known many evangelists coming from Africa who came to study in Europe to further their academic studies. And this is a recurrent theme. When they landed in Paris or London and wanted to share their faith like they did in Africa, they were shocked to see that people were not ready to engage in that kind of conversation, and that there was distrust, even ridicule. Well, that's where we are. That's where we are in the West. The default mode is distrust. And it takes time for people to move from distrust to trust. That is, for them to listen to you from a place where they don't see you as somebody who is totally a stranger, but somebody who can actually journey with them in making sense of what faith in Christ is all about. It takes time to do this journey from distrust to trust. In the West especially, I think that the church needs to be the beacon of light. It needs to be the testimony to the world that faith in Jesus is the thing. That faith in Jesus is what the world needs. To use the word of this Englishman, Leslie Newbigin, in his book, The Gospel in a Pluralistic Society, he says, "The gospel offers an understanding of the human situation which makes it possible to feel with a hope which is both eager and patient even in the most hopeless situations." We're living in desperate times. The current situation is complicated, especially in the West. And the gospel offers an understanding of our current predicament and the human situation, which makes it possible to be filled with a hope, and a hope that will transcend every kind of news that you hear on the media channels every day. Our world needs to hear the good news of the gospel. There is hope. There is hope in Christ.
We invite you to join the Global Evangelist Alliance by visiting joinGEA.org. There you will find resources like the Evangelism Masterclass to help you boldly share your faith.